Slippery little boogers. Look at that. He got some sort of tag. What is going on, everybody? It is a frosty February morning here in Oklahoma. It was 19 degrees when I woke up this morning, and now the sun's come up, it's about 30, which isn't much better and way too cold for me to be trying to fish, but that is exactly what we're doing. I am trying to record the first video for the Water Swatters fishing channel. We've separated the fishing videos onto their own channel, and this is the first video that I'm trying to record. Now, I uploaded 3 of the old videos onto the channel just to get it started, which is what brings me to what we're doing today. When I was going through those videos, I found that old cutthroat trout video where I was with Ryan up in Colorado catching cutthroats, and realized that I have not been trout fishing in a couple years. And since it's cold, you know, you can trout like cold weather. If we're gonna fish for anything in the cold weather, might as well be trout. So I came north of Broken Bow to the lower Mount Fork River, and I am going to try to catch a trout. Now, all I'm using is a bobber, a little hook, and some worms that I dug up out of the yard. Turns out if you're willing to root your yard up like an old hog, you can dig up worms in February. So I'm just gonna get down here in these pools and see if I can float a worm through and catch a trout. That's really the only way I know how. So, man, it's pretty country up here. Let's just get on it. I'm excited. I want to fish. That's one thing about night crawlers. Don't much matter what fish you're fishing for. They all like to eat them. I've caught everything from bluegill to flatheads with night crawlers. There we go. We're just gonna leave the tail sticking out so he'll wiggle a little bit in the water. See what happens. Look at that. Oh, come on. Got one already. Check that out. It's a rainbow trout. Slippery little boogers. Look at that. He got some sort of tag. Check that out. He got some sort of tag. I don't know what that means. Let's see what it says. It's got a phone number on it. We're gonna call the phone number as soon as we get someplace where there's reception. Look at that. Got one already. I'm just gonna go ahead and string him up, take him home and eat him. That's what I came for, was to catch 3 fish to eat. At least if I don't catch another one, I ain't going home empty-handed. First one of the day is a tagged fish. I've never caught a tagged rainbow trout. I don't know. I'll let y'all know. We'll call them together here in a little bit. I don't got the 3 bobber, so I had to take a chance. right as it started to, right as the current started to grab it, I flicked it with the top of my reel. It flicked it up into a little pool over there. Luckily, let me get retied and we'll see if we can catch another one. Thing you got to remember for reels when you're down here fishing for these trout is you got to pinch the barbs off your hooks. They don't take kindly to people fishing with barbed hooks. Ain't no big deal though. They just pinch right off. Whew. Gotta get this sucker baited back up. I catch a fish on like the second cast, and on like the third or fourth cast I hang up. That worm just disappeared right out of my hand. I don't got very many of them. I can't be losing them. I think I'm gonna go try to find a different spot. I've fished and fished and fished this hole and the hole below it, and then all the holes up here to the upriver, they're all real swift water. I'm not much of a fly fisherman, so I'm looking for something kind of deep and slow that I can float this bobber through. So we're just gonna go back to the car, run up the river a little ways and see if we can find another hole altogether. I was walking out, turned around, looked back at these signs, and here's something about the tag trout. It says tag trout study. So the information you need if you catch one is date and time caught, tag number, kept or released, so we're good on keeping it. The location, it says GPS point or description related to reference sign. So sign number 4, when we call and report it, we'll have to report that we caught it near sign number 4. We'll do that when we get home, or when we get cell phone reception. I do not have any cell phone reception down here. So this spot right here, the only pool that I could float a worm through was the one I caught this fish out of. All the rest of them were just flat, too swift. So we're gonna see if we can find someplace else. Finally got another one. Little bitty rainbow. That's all right, because we're trying to eat them. We pan fry them whole. Look at that little booger right there. All right, I think the limit's 3 and we've got 2, so we're gonna try for one more. But I'm almost out of worms. I've almost used all the worms I've had. I didn't have but about a half dozen of them, maybe 10 of them to start with. All right, I'm gonna call it. I just got a couple worms left and I've been after them for a while. I could actually see them over there in that pool, and I'm floating my worm right by them and they're just not biting. So, you know, that's one of the frustrations of trout fishing. Sometimes you see them and they just don't want what you got. But we did catch 2 fish. Y'all stick with me. We'll run to the house. We'll call that number on the tag and report it and just see what they got to say. Well, I got them all cleaned up and in the refrigerator. All right, let's call this number and see what they have to say. Let's see here. My name's Josh Williams. I was calling to report a tagged trout. It was near the sign 4. The tag number is 11945. It was, today is February 13th, I believe. Good grief, don't even know. And it was about 9:30 this morning when I caught him. Thanks. Well, that was anticlimactic. they call me back, I will let y'all know. Y'all witness the awkwardness of me trying to leave a voicemail. I hate doing that, but it was the option we had. So y'all don't forget to subscribe to the new channel. This is where we're going to put all of our fishing, rod and reels, limb lines, trot lines, stuff like that. The main channel has just become more about crossbows and, you know, slingshots and spears and such. Anyways, I appreciate y'all watching. That is all we have for today. Like I said, don't forget to subscribe. We will catch you next time.